Sometimes people come in and they talk to us about the fact that they've been real uncomfortable. They've been really miserable for a very long time. And really what it comes down to, Jack, is that they don't want to change their life. They don't want to do anything uncomfortable because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, and if you don't want to be uncomfortable, do things that are uncomfortable. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it's the truth. As a coach, I coach, and kids have to be prepared to play. They have to be conditioned, and a lot of times kids don't want to put in that hard work. They don't want to run sprints and jump and do all the things that they're supposed to do because it's uncomfortable. But that's what makes you better. That's what gives you the endurance to move on, is to do those things that might be a little bit painful, to do the things that might be a little bit uncomfortable. Step outside of your comfort zone if you really want to grow.
If you want what you have, do what you've done. If you want something different, you're gonna have to change it up. Sometimes we look at our situations and maybe we're real good at them being the way they are, but because of our secondary gains or benefits that are there, it's just not worth it to us to change it. If you're saying you want your life to change, well, what would keep you from wanting it to change? And maybe that'll answer some of the questions as to how willing you are to see it.
No, for sure. I think also it's kind of cliche-ish, but we've heard this before, but how do you get a diamond? Well, you get this ugly rock and you beat it until you have this shiny diamond. How do you get gold? Well, you take this ugly mineral and you put it in fire until it burns the impurities off and you have gold, this precious metal. A lot of times it's the beating and it's the burning and it's going through those hard processes that makes us beautiful on the inside. It brings us to fruition to all the things that we want to be in our life.
If I had cancer and I were to go to the oncologist, the cancer doctor, and I were to say, hey, I'm ready for myself to not have cancer anymore, that'd be a weird way to say it, and I were to say I'm willing to stop eating gluten and I'm going to smell essential oils, the oncologist would say that's fantastic, but that's not how you fight cancer. In fact, that fight is an uncomfortable fight. If I want to fix my relationship with my kids, I might say, you know what? I'm willing to gripe at them about the fact that we don't spend time around each other. Or I'm willing to just give them stuff. Maybe if I gave them stuff, then our relationship would be better. But that's not how you fix it. Sometimes how you fix things is by going through the uncomfortable process of working through what's causing the difference. It's one thing to want your life to change. It's another thing to go through the discomfort necessary to cause it to be different. If you had a baby, that process is pretty uncomfortable, but it leads to something great.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of things in our office. That's how we handle things. Is when people come in and they ask us, "Hey, I want to grow. I don't like where I'm at right now." The first thing we think about is, what are you doing, and how can you change what you're doing to do something else that will give you different results? Like Kevin said, if you want the same thing, keep doing the same thing. But if you really want your life to get better, you're going to have to be willing to do different things and things that might be a little uncomfortable.
If you need some help tackling those uncomfortable things, because sometimes if you go through those things with somebody, it gets a little better. Sometimes a little bit of outside perspective can help you to go through this stuff more easily. Jack's is a counselor, I'm a counselor, and we'd love to work with you.